You gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum, have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk upon the scene. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between.
My name's Adam, and I've spent the last 20 years of my career leading, growing, and building companies and teams for lasting impact. It would be my honor to come alongside you and help you to do the same thing. Whether it's in the corporate world, a brand new small business startup, or a 100-year-old family business, I've seen it and I've led it. Starting with defining your purpose beyond profit, we unlock strategies across every part of your business so that we can arrive at what I call asymmetric endurance, allowing you to get your time back while the business continues to grow, succeed, and achieve its true purpose. If you're ready to build an unbreakable business, let's talk. Book 15 minutes with me today at kingdommindsetstrategies.com.
3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to Miracles Online podcast.
Oh, what? Just call it MOP. Welcome to MOP.
This
Too much sushi.
it probably is, isn't it?
Right.
Anyway, this is our relationship podcast about datings and commitments and marriage and all that good
And
stuff.
love. Don't forget
And
love.
love in our lives. And today we have this very important topic for you: is the awareness and dating awareness. So with that, I am your host, Jeff, and this is
I'm Kat.
And Kat's going to start us off with the dating awareness topic. What have you got in the wonderful book that you wrote?
Well, I'm going to go back and forth to some notes that I took, Jeff, and integrate them with what we have in the book, Miracles Online, Staying Safe, particularly in digital and online dating, which is I'm going to have statistics for you in another show, but it is growing exponentially. It has since I started this book over 2 decades ago, and it continues to grow. But with that, welcome to episode 33, Staying Safe Without the Fear Factor. Okay, so let me ask you, if you're doing online dating or considering online dating, do you prepare yourself, and are you aware, and do you know before you go? We're going to share today in this episode some points on some things that you should know before you go on a date in person. So let's just start off, Jeff, with number one, and that is your intention. You should never assume, and this goes back to, doing that inner work and doing your negotiables and non-negotiables and deciding what kind of a relationship do you want. Is it casual? Are you looking for a soulmate? What is your purpose? Because without knowing that, you can overlook some what I call red flags, okay? Or green ones to say, yeah, this is a go. This is in alignment with who I am and what my intentions are in taking the time to create a profile and go on an online dating site.
Yeah, before you start that, though, I want to bring up the point of the awareness of how this topic actually came up for this episode. We realized that in our local community here in Houston, Texas, there was a arrest of 3 gentlemen. I can't even say gentlemen. 3 guys that was here in America in an illegal status, was using online dating apps in sense of to lure women to a location, what they thought was going to be a date, that ended up being violently assaulted. So this is in a way to wake up everyone, to make sure that you are definitely paying attention
and staying safe.
Yeah.
And this is not to do fear porn or anything
not
like
at all.
that, because the majority of people are honest out there. But you just need to do your checkpoints, so first off, we mentioned, the intention, knowing
Right.
what your intention is, and to be aware. So to your point, Jeff, the second point that I have is, the question of voice or video first. Text is not truth. Okay, I've talked to too many people, and even 2 decades ago, I experienced this and learned this very quickly. Do not go on extended text and think that you've got a relationship going on, because again, text is not truth.
That's right.
So if again, you go by your inner knower, if it feels like someone that you want to get to know further, we didn't have video text back 2 decades plus ago, but you do now. And I've also talked to young people and middle-aged people who have done this continually texting, even phoning, but never gone to the next step. And you can tell a lot of truths. People can mask in messaging a lot of untruth. So, either a 5-minute call, I would suggest starting with a 5-minute call, and then maybe going to, if that seems like you're having a green light, go to a short video text, because again, masking can mask. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Messaging can truly mask who someone really is, but you can find out pretty darn quickly if they've done, what do they call it in some of these, basically where they're trying to be somebody else. And in today's catfishing, right. They say they're one thing and then they're completely another. It doesn't take much effort or time in today's technology. If someone is putting themselves out as, let's say, a gourmet chef, and you do a little social media searching and you find out they're anything but that, they just like to eat, maybe at fast food places, who knows? Right. That's going to be a red light. Okay. Don't waste any more time. Someone is catfishing. That's the term today, right?
Yeah. You need to be able to identify and spot the manipulation, the misleading, what's going on. So one thing I would say, intuition, instinctive.
Absolutely.
You need to trust those kind of warning signs if you get one.
Absolutely. And, always come from two things: intuition, your inner knower, your gut feeling, and humor. You got to laugh it off. If someone is saying they're, the next Chef Wong RD.
Wow.
sitting right here next to me, and they're anything but that. When you do a little research, just laugh it off, and don't go on the green light. Put a hard no on it and go on to the next, because it is a little bit humorous. As long as you're going, with your due diligence and your eyes open, okay, you can see those things before you're too invested in it. And again, I know there's people out there that they just want to stay hung up on the illusion of these text messages, which are not real. They're just not real. If you're just looking to kill time, I guess, and you're not looking for a relationship.
What it is it romanticizes the idea. So therefore you fall for the romanticisms of the paradigm. Like things you've seen on TV and movies, you just go, oh my God, I'm right in the middle of this. I actually feel like I'm in the middle of sleeping, Sleepless in Seattle, like that. And the idea behind the whole safety issue is very important on dating awareness. This is where we really want to hit home with you. That regards to how do you protect yourself? How do you be aware of it? How do you minimize any kind of risk when you're going out on a date with people you don't really know?
Absolutely. So we touched on one already, Jeff, and that is voice or video first. Do not go and meet someone without doing that. If they either find excuses for that or it's a hard no, it should be a hard pass.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why waste your time? There's something fishy, and you know what? Who cares what it is? It's just like chuckle it off and check it off.
Yeah.
And go to the next.
Always better safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't care how cute that picture is. If it doesn't seem to be able
we all know about filters, and everybody can look like a movie star.
We can
with
also
filters.
know that people post pictures that's not themselves.
That's not themselves.
So therefore, if you are returning a couple of messages and it's, hey, let's meet up here, don't be so desperate about it and go, oh, I gotta meet this person. And safety factor is the most important for you because of what's going on in today's world.
Absolutely.
Because the volatility is so easily compromised, and your safety can be breached at just drop of a hat. You decided, okay, let's meet somewhere here, then we'll go somewhere and make a decision. No, let's go somewhere that's extremely popular, that is in public view.
So that brings me to my next point, Jeff. Thank you for segueing right into that. And to go back to the voice or video first, trust. Have a trusting heart, because if you come armored, just close it up until you can come with a trusting heart. Trust, but verify. Okay, when you've got those tools available to you, and we have them readily today with today's technology, it becomes very easy and just part of your checklist. Okay. And just so you know, at the end of this show, we will be posting on Substack as well as on yayupublishing.com a checklist, a safety insanity, we call it checklist. Okay, for you online date, because I know we are going through this pretty quickly. So feel free to reach out to us, go on our Substack. He'll give you information on that later. So meet in public. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I've talked to people too that said, oh yeah, sure, here's my address, pick me up. Don't do that.
Protect your identity.
Yeah, protect your identity. And again, come with a trusting heart, but make smart choices. And make this part of your checklist. Bring your own vehicle, okay, and choose a location that you're comfortable with, whether it's a cafe or a bookstore, not their place, not your place. Okay. Until you have vetted them and that they are who they say they are. And this is whether you have kids or you don't have kids. You need to trust, or protect your safety. But again, with an open heart. Anything else? Not till I go to
well, one thing is, I definitely say this. You need to not leave your drinks unattended if you're a female.
Oh, good point.
That is a key. I don't care if you're on a date or not. If this is just you out in the bar drinking with your friends, but the number one key thing when you're with someone that you don't know, you don't go, pardon me, and I'll leave, and then leave your drink, open. There is protection. You see, they sell, things such as plastic seals that goes over the cups and things of nature that protects anybody from putting things on your cup or in your cup. So
let's say you have to use the ladies' room. Or whatever, the restroom. You take your drink with you to the restroom?
No. You ask for a new one when you finish your drink or you ask for a new one.
Wait till your drink's
gone,
maybe.
Or you can take it with you. There's always that. But what you don't want to do is just nonchalantly just trust everything until you know the person. This is something that you're going through, because the worst part of it is you're waking up and don't know what happened. And you don't want ever that happen just because you were too trustworthy or too lackadaisical.
And you didn't check this off your list. Make it part of your checklist. And again, come with a trusting heart. Just protect yourself, with having some checkpoints that you follow through. So the next one, Jeff, is to share your plan. And, I utilized this when I was in new home sales, a couple of times. In fact, where I had to go later in the afternoon, almost early evening, to a very large home to meet and show a home to a gentleman who I'd never met. And that can be, pretty scary. So you want to tell a trusted friend your date details, when you're meeting, who you're meeting, where you're
Yeah.
going, and then what time that you will check in with them.
That's right.
Okay.
Enable all your Find My Phone apps and those things so people know exactly how to find you in the event you lose communication.
Mm-hmm.
So learn that, use your ChatGPT or Grok to find all the instructions.
And there's a simple app. In fact, I think this is going back 14 years at least, but there's an app called Guardly, I believe it was.
Okay.
And so you load up whether it's 911 or your phone number, your emergency contact phone number. So you don't have to dial 911 or a bunch of numbers or whatever. You just press the app, with one number, and it shows where you're at also as well. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And we can, before we make the list, we can double check on that app, and we'll include it on our checklist for the Substack.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to have a graceful exit plan. Even the best dates, can benefit from a healthy pacing. Say, I've got an hour. I'm super excited to meet you, whether it's for coffee or lunch or what have you.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. I've got 1 hour. And that way you can, of course, set the expectation with your contact person also to let them know I'll be checking in with you no later than an hour. That's the time limit that we've given.
Right.
Okay. I guess this stands with doesn't really need to be repeated, and that's bring your own ride. We talked about that earlier. Don't have them.
Well,
pick
be
you up.
independent.
Yeah, be independent.
Yeah, don't be in a situation where you become vulnerable. The vulnerability is the factor that you want to keep your thoughts, aligned. That okay, if I'm in a situation, would I be able to leave? Am I in a situation would I be able to tell someone? If I'm in a situation and I ask for help, would I be able to get help? Like in the public place, if I'm meeting someone for a drink, and I don't recommend getting alcohol in your first date, but
we're gonna talk about.
I'm
that.
not your parent, so you do whatever. However,
you should keep it. I'll go ahead and interject here.
Okay.
That's one of my points, Jeff. Is you should keep it to a minimum, okay, and only you know what that is. And at least till you get to date 3, or their last name, not just their screen name.
Right.
You get the point. Again, follow your intuition, but do keep alcohol to, if not zero,
zero
minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I say that is it just takes the vulnerability factor totally away if you're not drinking alcohol. Some people can handle it, some cannot. And why would you want to find out cannot at a strange opportunity, and it's an opportunity where safety matters?
Absolutely.
So you want to make sure that you're protected from those points. The other aspect of it is that, not only know your surroundings, know where you're going, try to go to places that people know you. So what I mean by that is that if there's a little cafe, there's a little, coffee bar that everybody knows you, that you would rather go there.
What if you're doing all your coffee dates? Like when I was researching for the book, I had 9 coffee dates in a week. Well, they might get to be thinking I had quite a reputation.
You know what? They can think all they want, but your safety is there.
Of course.
Do you see what I mean?
Of course.
The case in being is that there's no law about dating. Nobody's saying you're sleeping with everyone you're dating, but it is essential that if everybody walks in and goes, oh, well, there's Kat, and they know you're there, they've seen you there, and if there's any issues that you look stressed or you look like you need some assistance, they're going to pay attention to that, opposed to you going clearly across town to a place you don't really know anyone, and you walk in a place and you don't feel very comfortable. So therefore, what are you going to do at that point? Are you going to go through with the date, or are you going to go, and leave at that point? And the biggest thing I would say is you should have thought and pre-planned this before you even got to there. That's what I'm saying in regards to don't just let your guards down. Hey, this person looks great on their profile. I like the idea. Wherever you want to meet me, I will go there. That's not really the safest move.
Absolutely. Don't let them be in control.
And we're speaking more predominantly female.
Yeah,
To protect, because females
of
tend to be
course.
more assaulted in situations where they cannot be in control and they lose control because, the overbearing, dominant male or situational that becomes that. So that's the reason why I'm bringing that up. I mean, it's not saying that man couldn't get assaulted as well, because there is online dating for gays. There's that. And
Right.
there's online dating for, guys that just are not aware of what they're doing, and they don't know that somebody is out to get them and take their
Well,
role.
and there's a
all
sector
kind of things.
of populace that's more vulnerable than others, whether it's seniors
Right.
on the
Seniors.
spectrum
Oh,
for
geez.
mental. There's
Right.
everyone is out there looking for love, and everyone deserves to be loved.
Yeah.
You just deserve to be safe, and so no matter where you are, in those description, to just follow a checkpoint to be safe. Now, the
Right.
next point I'm going to bring up, Jeff, it's not so much. I think it has to do with safety as well, because in oversharing, I'm going to talk about this. You want to listen more than you share. Why is that? Well, it's easy to overshare when you're nervous, okay, or excited. And you're getting to know them. You're getting to know them, not to sell yourself. So you want to find out more about them. So as much information as you can find out about them, as they say, information is power. It gives you the power. Also, in that oversharing, sometimes it's easy to spill over into, again, personal information. You don't want to say where you work or where your office is, or even what church you go to, or anything, like that. Now, again, with the World Wide Web and social media, et cetera,
Right.
depending on how, maybe you're an overshare on social media. I hope not, but there's a lot of overshares on social media, and many of them are not thinking safety to many degrees. But
Right.
At least don't make it easy for them. Try to find out about them, and again, listen more than you're sharing can achieve that for you.
Yeah. Oversharing sometimes is, you want to say, I want to attract the right people. So therefore I got to open my heart and share. Well, I understand that thought, but let's be really practical and logical here. No one needs to know off the bat what kind of profession, how much money you're earning. Okay. If they're asking that question, then they're not for you.
Well, okay. I would
let me
beg to
finish that.
differ
And the
on
reason why
Okay.
I tell you that is because then what is the true intent of somebody dating you for money? Especially you go, hey, I'm looking for love. I have a 10-acre ranch, and you don't have to bring anything to the table. So all of a sudden somebody's just going to freeload off of you, or I got money that I don't have to worry about. So all of a sudden you get in a relationship that somebody's going to steal from you.
Okay, well, let me answer that.
Okay.
I think that people want to know what you spend your day doing in exchange for money. It tells a
Okay.
little bit about. I always ask my clients, staging and design clients, home sellers, hey, what do you do? It helps me to know kind of their mentality.
Okay. Well, let's role play that.
An accountant versus an artist.
If you were on a date, then you can ask me a question in regards to what I do and how much money.
No, I'll show you how I would answer it. You ask me.
No, I'm.
You ask
Wait
me,
a
and I'll
minute
and I'll show you what that looks like. But you
Okay,
can
what do
still
you
tell.
do and how much money you make?
Well, I don't think how much
Guys?
money I make is a kind of a personal question. But
Some people ask that.
serious?
Yes, because you got to listen, folks. I know that there is a generations that beyond myself and Kat, that's even 2 generations lower. We're talking about folks in their late teens, early 20s to mid 20s that have no qualms and bones about it, and goes, look, man, if you're not making 6 figures, you're not dating
I would
me.
answer you and say I make enough to have a comfortable life, but I'll tell you, just by you pointedly asking me that concerns me that maybe we're not a good fit.
Okay. Well,
Bye.
I just, I see. But see, it's better off to do that than it is to sit there and kind of meandering
Well,
around.
no, if you're the type of person who that's the
That's right.
criterion as part of your negotiables and
Yeah.
non-negotiables, yes. But I feel, so that's why I said, now ask me, not the money, but
What am I asking you?
so what do you do?
Okay, so what do you do?
I'm a creative.
Okay, what does that mean?
I endeavor in all things creative, everything from staging to design to art to custom biophilic to writing books.
You own your own company?
I do.
You make money?
Well, I hope so. I got
Okay.
bills.
Well, we all got bills, don't we?
So, and I say that, Jeff, to say that it is a part of the vetting, I believe, part of the vetting process to know, oh, we're dealing with a CPA, or not to pigeonhole someone, but it gives you an idea of the type of, are they right-brained? Are they left-brained? Are they critical thinking? Are they abstract thinking? I mean, I guess I've been in some of the most stellar training in corporate America throughout my career, and knowing, and discerning personality types, et cetera, helps you to better navigate how to communicate with them. So, so,
What is that personality test you make everybody take?
DISC.
Yeah, so she's going to start saying, if
DISC.
you want to date me, you got to do a DISC test.
DISC. It's DISCC, I believe. Haven't had someone do that in a long time, but I've been in business for a very long time. And you can get it on the web, actually. It's, I believe, Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins
posts it for free. You can download it and you can have people take the test, and it actually tells you communication style, how they.
Well, it gives you an advantage.
It does give you an advantage
about
absolutely.
The personality and the choices they make on answering those type of questions.
Yep.
It's good for you to go take a DISC test.
Yes, because it can
too.
change, and throughout the decades, mine has changed. Pretty much, it stayed a high conscientious affiliator.
Really?
So what that means is I use my left and my right brain pretty equally. So I'm a creative, but I'm an analytical creative.
Wow.
Bet you didn't know that, huh?
Well, it's news to me. I get that.
I need to have you take it.
I need tests. Well, she needs tech support creative.
That'll be another show, honey, when you wear your tech support shirt.
There you go. No, I took my DISC test a while back.
Did you?
I remember.
And do you remember what you were? Were you a dick, a D, a C, a disc?
No, as a matter of fact, I have no idea what I remember because
it's been so long.
Yeah,
since
it's been long. But the whole idea behind it is whatever information you can get from the other party without being really intrusive and offensive is what you want to do. Is make sure you kind of understand the playing field much clearer is what you're shooting for. Again, the whole thing's about safety. You want to project as much confidence as you possibly can when you do this, when you're on a date. And that carries you a lot farther than you believe, just having the personal power of confidence. And then having your surroundings strategized and planned out so you get the most secure opportunity to protect against any kind of vulnerability.
Any possibilities. And 9 times out of 10, again, this isn't for fear porn. This is just a checklist to be safe, because the internet is just, it's a plethora of opportunity to meet so many different types of people. But you just need to be safe. And
we got a lot of people that just are out to do harm.
Yeah.
And that's their agenda. So it's not about fearing
to take advantage of people.
It's actually how do you establish yourself, prepare and arm yourself with enough knowledge and preparation. So that way, any situation ever comes to you, you have an answer, you have an out, you have a decision, and you have all these things to your disposal, opposed to, oh goodness, now what? And they have a panic moment. You don't want that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you just remember that you deserve love. You are the miracle, and the right person is going to feel safe to your soul.
That's right. You got to trust the instinct too. And I'm not saying the instinct is right 100%, but it's always pretty much.
Well, it's a combo. Do your checklist and then follow your inner knower, your inner guide, your gut. Yeah, and you'll be right.
Yeah. So let's look at it. Protect yourself by going places Protect yourself by over-identify who you are. Protect yourself by knowing your situation and how you're going to handle it. Such things as don't leave your drinks unattended. Don't go to places you're not familiar.
And before that, do your check. do your check on social media, a quick 5-minute check, and quickly discern whether they are who they say they are, or are they completely not who they say they are. And then you don't even need to worry about where
somebody
to meet for coffee.
Somebody tells you, he goes, oh yeah, I'm a practicing attorney. That's so easy. Google the name and attorney and see what firm they work in. If that person doesn't pull up anywhere, go to the Bar Association of the state. And if that doesn't pull up, they're not an attorney, are they?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you want to be smart about this whole thing.
And then they go, oh, oops, I meant I'm studying to be an attorney.
I was an attorney in a TV show. I'm an actor. Oh, really now? When's the last time you did a job? I don't know. So many things. Okay, so we're running down to the end of the show. I want to tell everybody thank you so much for tuning in Miracles Online. We are streaming here on Red Pill Media, and we are also starting our Rumble channel. Now we're going to port everything over. There's 7 episodes there from the very beginning. If you haven't seen that, instead of having to scroll through everything through Red Pills, we could just go to our Rumble channels down in the comment area.
And what's the URL for that, Jeff, for folks?
I don't know that. You just have to click.
Rumble.com.
Yeah, Rumble. So it's the third. This is for Miracles Online, so that has a unique URL. But everything's in there. The description, including how to get a hold of Kat. You can go to catreallyknows.com or me. You can visit me over at the 365method.com. We also have Yayu Publishing, which is for all the books, and the QR code here in that book right there. Right.
Miracles Online. If you're doing online dating, thinking about online dating, afraid of online dating, know someone who is single, divorced, widowed, looking for love, pick up the book, Miracles Online. It's a short read, but it's truly a GPS to successful online dating, starting with creating a dynamic profile, which is so important.
Yes, absolutely. So, having said all that, before we go to our sponsor and close this out, you have a poem for us.
I do have a short poem to share with our folks. It's called Know What to Carry.
Okay.
You don't need armor made of fear, just wisdom and a voice that's clear. A heart that listens when something's amiss. A sacred no, a sovereign yes. You carry the miracle, don't forget it. You are not here to settle or fret it. You're here for love, not games or delay, and your soul will know who's safe to stay.
Wow. I hope everybody have a great day, and thank you again for tuning in to Miracles Online podcast. And we wish you the best online dating experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And with that, before we play out with our sponsor, Kingdom Mindset Strategies, which is if you're looking for investment on a different level, this is definitely something you want to check out. And I'm going to say goodbye to everyone and say goodbye to beer.
Sealed with a kiss.
Yeah, sealed with, funny girl.
Well done. You've done something that most people only ever dream about. You've started and kept a business alive. And that's a huge achievement and one you should be proud of. Now, I want to help you make that business unbreakable. My name's Adam, and I've spent the last 20 years of my career leading, growing, and building companies and teams for lasting impact. Whether it's in the corporate world, a brand new small business startup, or a 100-year-old family business, I've seen it and I've led it. And what I've learned is building an unbreakable business often requires similar ingredients: clear financial insights, well-built systems, streamlined growth strategies, and optimized operations. Starting with defining your purpose beyond profit, we unlock strategies across every part of your business so that we can arrive at what I call asymmetric endurance, allowing you to get your time back while the business continues to grow, succeed, and achieve its true purpose. If you're ready to build an unbreakable business, let's talk. Book 15 minutes with me today at kingdommindsetstrategies.com.